Hi Libra, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a bonus love tarot reading, which is intended to be timeless. So whenever you stumble upon this reading, it's meant for you. And I do want to take this moment to, of course, thank you genuinely for joining me. But I want to remind you as well to like this video. Go ahead and share the video, leave me a comment about your situation, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And when doing so, let's not forget that little notification bell, okay? And I mentioned it in the other bonus Libra reading, but if you've been subscribed for a while, don't forget to double check that bell, given it's unhighlighting itself, therefore you're not receiving notifications, okay? But when meditating on your energy overall for the subject of love for this reading, the message that came through was a connection of a lifetime, a connection of a lifetime. So let's get started. Alrighty, let's get started by doing some shuffling. We're pulling some cards from the Mystic Mondays Tarot today. And do keep in mind it's a general reading for the sign of Libra, all signs within your chart, wherever it lies for you, as well as those joining to hear about a Libra, of course, you know, tied to love. And what else? Oh, I'm accepting personal readings at this time, or orders for which. So all you got to do is go down to the description box. You'll see my email, the options and the pricing. Just shoot me an email and I'll get that started for you. But to begin, for our lovely Libras, thank you, Spirit, for love. What do we have for Libra for love? A little bit messy in the process. Okay, what else do we have? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, for Libra love. I'm not taking those. We got 3 so far, as you can see. Shift them down. Thank you, Spirit. Keep them coming for Libra love. Alrighty. And we are going with a couple more. Bear with me as I feel the need to make them perfect. All right, so we're beginning the spread with the 5 of Cups. I'm hearing no longer the case, where this reading is pertaining to a connection you already are experiencing at this time, or a connection that is yet to come to be. Is Spirit saying you are, as a Libra, are finding it difficult these days, or will moving forward, to take yourself away from past situations, feeling as if your love life in the past was not simplistic or did not pan out in the way it was meant to, being treated in a way that wasn't honorable, it wasn't correct. You know, you felt as if you deserved so much better, or you having high hopes in a past connection that just didn't once again pan out as it was meant to. And as I aim this down a little bit more, bear with me. It's time to stay present. It's time to focus on what's to be, or what's about to come to be. Remembering that if you continue to focus or allow yourself to slip into the past, and at times compare these past rocky relationships or situations to what you're experiencing or about to, it's only going to create issues at hand. Some of you experiencing an ongoing connection, relationship or marriage that you feel is truly a connection of a lifetime, you know, soulmate, if you will. You are feeling the need at times to almost compare it to those past connections, those past relationships, and it leaves you in a place where you're expecting things to almost pan out the way they did, in a negative sense. And so to once again bring yourself back to the present moment, regardless of where it lies for you, your status of relationship or whatever the case may be, to remember that comparing to the past and drifting to the past when you're dealing with an upcoming or a present connection is not going to benefit you in any way, shape, or form. And we're moving on to the Six of Wands. I'm hearing all the attention you deserve. It's moving forward where single Libras will find themselves receiving the attention from suitors. The one standing out that just is the connection of a lifetime. It's just, you kind of know it, you intuitively feel it. All the other people trying to strive for your attention seem to fade away or not stand out as much, and you're like, okay, has potential. This could turn into something real, or it already feels like something super real. Those of you already connected with somebody, it truly feels as if your connection is being revived, in the sense that they're putting in a new amount of effort. They're paying attention to you in a way that you almost don't expect. You feeling like being noticed in a beautiful way. They see you in a different light because you see yourself in a different light. I do recommend you watch the other bonus reading I just did called Never Looked Better. And I truly feel like Libras are vibing high these days for the most part. You know, of course, there's rocky times here and there. Nobody has, it's not going to be perfect consistently, of course, but it's just you taking care of yourself and feeling good and looking good leaves your connection, the person you've connected with, at an all-time in a state of awe. You can hear how I'm almost stumbling on my words, and it might be your energy, spirit saying it's not, it's theirs, sort of stumbling on their words because they're just like, am I falling back in love with Libra all over again? Well, damn. And they're saying go back to the single Libras real quick, because it's just you potentially getting a little bit nervous when going after or accepting this connection into your life. And it could potentially be that other individual, that suitor's connection, energy rather, getting a little bit on edge or nervous because they just see you in the best light. They're like, well, Libra's a catch, and I just should give them all of the attention that they deserve. Moving on to the Queen of Cups. As you move forward with this connection, or start to step into it, regardless of how it ends up being for you, you find yourself being pushed by Spirit and the universe to trust your intuition, to remember that your gut feeling is telling you that this is right for you. For those of you who once again are feeling as if there were multiple people coming at you, trying to get your attention in one way, shape, or form, to trust your intuition, your gut feeling. Certain red flags that pop up about certain other people that are starting to fade as you accept or feel drawn to that one individual, that connection of a lifetime in the making. Certain small obstacles may pop up within your current relationship for those of you committed Libras, and you find yourself needing to trust your intuition about how to go about handling this, feeling as if a less dramatic or a less controlled approach will be most beneficial, most advantageous at this time. Feeling like you just need to kind of go with the flow and allow it to unravel it as it may, but not forgetting the tools and resources, the knowledge you gained throughout this connection up until this point, even throughout your love life in general, but just mainly throughout this one connection, as you've gained a lot of knowledge about that one individual up until this point. Nobody knows you like you, and it's something you need to remember regardless of whether you're stepping into a new connection, kind of new in a new connection, or you've been committed for a while, to remember that this person may understand you to a certain extent, but there's also that part of you that Libras don't like to share or don't fully put out there for the world to see. And at times maybe it's kind of leak through for that other individual to see if you've been connected for a while. But just remember that you know yourself best, and keeping that in mind when needing to give yourself a bit of space, a bit of room, or implementing certain self-care routines to feel better about yourself once again, or to maintain that level of confidence within that connection. remembering that love is at times, or most of the time, it's about sort of two individuals taking care of oneself and coming together as a beautiful unit, right? Not sort of relying on the other person to take care of you. And now I'm being drawn to the imagery where I'm hearing cheers to us. And whether, again, it's a new connection or an existing one, you just feel the need to celebrate how great you guys are and how well you guys vibe. And we're moving on to the Princess of Wands. This is coming through as you getting a little bit on edge, a little bit anxious, or potentially both of you in the connection, regardless, once again, whether it's new or existing, and you feeling as if it's a lot to handle, but Spirit's saying when you encounter or are dealing with a connection of a lifetime, a soulmate, if you will, something that powerful, of course it's going to feel a bit overwhelming at times. And some of you, it makes you a bit nervous because you have sort of thought this was to come to be in the past and it didn't pan out. But again, to leave the past in the past. To remember that these nerves won't get the best of you at the end of the day, and to just kind of go with the flow and shake them off. You know, remembering that the other person is probably experiencing just the same kind of feelings. And now it's coming through as like sort of butterflies in your stomach, where you just feel so giddy about this individual and the way they approach you, the way they notice you, the way they treat you, or just simply the way you feel around them. And allowing those butterflies, allowing the anxiety or nervousness to sort of translate into those butterflies and that good feeling that you deserve at this time. We're moving on to the Nine of Swords. As you move forward, you might find that your connection at times gives you a headache, or you're giving yourself a headache by overthinking it. Feeling as if, once again, you need to implement a bit of space and boundaries or some self-care in order to feel 10 times better, to come back and be like, all right, let's do this, you know? Or once again, that anxiety or nervousness might be getting the best of you to the point of you having a true headache, feeling just stressed and a bit depleted. And Spirit's saying a lot of you need to understand that the other person deals with a lot of the same kind of issues in their life, you know, being anxiety or stress or just feeling a bit nervous and depleted at the same time due to all that life has been throwing at them. So to remember that they're only human as well as you go through some ups and downs within this connection. Because it's a true reminder that just because you're within or beginning a connection of a lifetime, what feels like a soulmate sort of connection, once again, doesn't mean things are going to be ideal or perfect 1000%, you know, all the time, 24/7. Allowing yourself to remember that you both are only human, you know, coming together to connect and be together, to, you know, shine together, if you will. And at times life causes issues and you deal with certain health issues as well, that again the other person could be going through at the same time. So to remember and keep that perspective as you try to keep your health in mind. And they're saying don't show the alignment. Actually, I feel the need to. Remembering that being aligned with the Five of Cups, that as you can see here, talking about the cups that are spilt at times, focusing on them instead of the cups that you have that are still full. Remembering that at times you do give yourself a headache by comparing your past situations to what you have at hand, or simply you are stressing yourself out and giving yourself even more anxiety or anxiety in general, which can affect your connection in a negative sense if you can't keep yourself present or simply think about the bright future that the two of you have ahead. And we're moving on to the Three of Swords. And as I pick this up, Spirit says very confidently, this is about healing. You feeling that as you sort of drift away or try to drop the habit of looking back and connecting the past to your present situation, even if it's the past of your current connection, you find that the swords that once were, as they're telling me to turn it in reverse, are starting to fall. from your heart. You're starting to feel that this connection is a bit of a healing connection as well. You feel that the two of you being together, even if at times it's not perfect, is forcing you to be a better version of yourself, or it's forcing you to improve in certain ways, feeling as if you feel as if you've been healing from certain things in life in general outside of that connection or this connection, but they are helping you in spirit, saying that's a good sign. Being aligned with the Queen of Cups, they're saying trust your intuition when you find yourself feeling certain emotions as you guys are helping each other in one way or another. So we're moving on to the High Priestess, excuse me. As you move on, another message of trusting your intuition, you might find your third eye is starting to open, feeling as if your significant other, this connection, they open your eyes up to things that you didn't expect or weren't interested in once before. And again, Spirit's saying that's a beautiful thing. You know yourself best in what intrigues you, but when another individual comes along your path and not only brings you love and helps you heal, but allows you to see things in a different light and develop new hobbies and interests, I mean, come on, that's amazing. They're helping you grow as an individual and reminding you all the meanwhile that change is important for one's self-development. Being aligned with the Queen of Cups and the Princess of Wands, feeling as if at times that does make you a little bit nervous, kind of being forced to step out of your box of comfort in one way, shape, or form within this connection, but to trust that gut feeling that it's right, that it's meant to be, that it's once again a connection of a lifetime. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. As always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And of course, shoot me an email for a personal reading if you haven't done so already. I hope you have an amazing day, week, and month, and I will see you next time. Bye, Libra.